Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video, we're going to be talking about 6 dividend stocks that are expected to increase their dividend in the month of September 2022. So we're going to be going into some of the details of what their current dividend are and how much they've increased the dividend in recent years. And then we're going to look at, sort of my predictions of how much they're going to increase the dividend by and when we should be expecting those dividend increases. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving 3 honorable mentions of other dividend stocks that will also be increasing their dividend, but I just didn't feel like including and doing as deep of a dive on those. So hope you enjoy. So the first company on the list is Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT, and right now their current dividend is $2.80 per quarter. Over the past 5 years, they've increased the dividend on average 9% every single year. So if they increase the dividend 9% this year, which would be in line with their 5-year average, that would mean that their next dividend payment for the fourth quarter 2022 would be $3.05. My prediction actually for the dividend is a little bit lower than that. I'm predicting a raise of around 7.1%, which would give them a dividend of $3. So in the past few years, they've increased the dividend by 20 cents every year. So I'm just going to expect 20 cents again this year. So that would give them a quarterly dividend of $3, which is, like I said, a raise of 7%. And we should expect that dividend increase towards the end of the month when it's announced, around the 22nd or 23rd of September. Moving on now to the second company, which is JP Morgan Chase, ticker symbol JPM. Their current dividend is $1 per share per quarter, and over the past 5 years they've grown the dividend on average 15.33%, which would give them a future dividend of $1.15 if they continued that growth rate for this coming year. But my prediction for the dividend increase is $1.05, only a 5% raise, just because of some macroeconomic factors. JP Morgan has historically announced their dividend increases around the third Tuesday of September, which would be September 20th this year. But there are some sources that don't think JP Morgan will increase the dividend because of Fed stress tests and stuff like that. So there was some news that came out about the Fed stress tests back in June. And JP Morgan basically said because of more stringent capital requirements, we're not going to increase the dividend for the third quarter. But I thought that was strange because JP Morgan usually increases the dividend in the fourth quarter, not the third quarter anyway. So it doesn't really make sense. And some news outlets were kind of saying, oh, JP Morgan didn't increase the dividend while these other banks did. Well, JP Morgan usually increases the dividend in the fourth quarter, so that's when I would expect it. So I'm still expecting them to increase the dividend. Like I said, I'm predicting around 5% just because of some macroeconomic conditions, but I think that'll still happen. Moving on to the third company, which is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. The current dividend is 62 cents per share per quarter. On average, over the past 5 years, they've grown the dividend 9.71%. And if they increase the dividend a similar amount, that will get them to 68 cents per share per quarter, which is basically what I'm predicting as well, of 68 cents per share, about a 6-cent increase, which is what they did last year, if I recall correctly. Maybe they had a little bit less last year. I don't really remember. But it should be sometime around the second full week of September, I think, for the dividend increase for Microsoft, which would be between the 12th or 16th. The fourth company here is Store Capital, ticker symbol STOR. Their current dividend is 38.5 cents per share. And their average dividend growth over the past 5 years has been 5.83%, which would give them a dividend of around 41 cents if they increase the dividend by that same amount this year. But I'm predicting a little bit lower again for Store Capital, around 40 cents per share, which would be about a 3.9% increase. Just the reason for that being, again, like macroeconomic conditions and difficulties, I guess, at this point in time with the real estate market. And similarly to Microsoft, we should expect that increase somewhere between the 12th and 16th of September, kind of the first full week there, second full week of September, I believe. The next company on the list is McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD. Their current dividend is $1.38 per share per quarter, and over the last 5 years, they've increased the dividend 7.92% on average. So if they continued increasing the dividend at that rate, that would give them a new dividend of the $1.49, an increase of 11 cents. I'm predicting a little bit lower than that, around a 5.8% increase, to $1.46 per share, and we would expect that dividend increase sometime between the 19th and 23rd of September, which is the third full week of September, I believe. The final company that I'm going to go in depth on here is Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, and their current dividend is 49 cents per share. And over the past 5 years, they've been increasing the dividend a whopping 14.41% per year on average, with which would be a 56-cent dividend if they increase the dividend an additional 14%, but I don't think they're going to increase it that much. I'm predicting around 6%, which would be just a 3 cent increase to 52 cents, and we would expect that dividend increase basically the last full week of September between the 26th and 30th. And for the 3 honorable mentions, the first one here is Texas Instruments, ticker symbol TXN. They are a super strong technology company that has been growing their dividend at a whopping 18% over the last 5 years, so that could be exciting to see sometime in September. The next one here is Philip Morris, ticker symbol PM. They have been increasing the dividend not quite as quickly, only around 3.75% per year for the last 5 years, so probably won't be that much of an increase, but definitely something nonetheless. And then the last one is Verizon, ticker symbol VZ. Their dividend growth rate over the past 5 years has been only 2.1% on average, so not much of an increase expected there, but certainly something is better than nothing. So of those companies, I own 4 of them, which are Lockheed Martin, Microsoft, Store Capital, and JP Morgan. So I'm really excited to see those dividend increases come in, and I would love to hear from you guys if you own any of these companies, or if there's any on the list that maybe you would like to own, or if there's companies that you own that I should have included on this list. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.